So I think I might owe you an apology. In my previous video looking at the Royal Ballet principal dancers, I said I was covering the remaining dancers, and yet somehow I didn't include the legendary Marianela Nuñez. And this is quite ironic because she is one of my all-time favourite dancers. I think I must bring Marianela up in conversation like most days. I'm completely mesmerised by her, and I think the reason why I didn't include her in the principal videos is because at the back of my mind I felt like I had already got into some kind of depth about Marianela and what makes her so special. But it was in my ballet styles comparison video, not the principals video. So I'm very sorry about that. And I felt like the only way to rectify this would be to do a video entirely on Marianela. So here we are. So I'm going to start off looking at Marianela's background. So she's from Buenos Aires, from Argentina. She started ballet at a very young age. She started at 3, and when she was 5, she decided that ballet was something she wanted to really focus on. She showed potential from a very, very young age. At age 6, she joined the Teatro Colón's school. So she was clearly already a very promising dancer. And then at just 14, the director of the company invited her to dance with him, and she performed with the company. Then at 15 years old, she auditioned for the Royal Ballet Company. They wanted to offer her a contract, but because of UK law, you can't work until you're 16. So instead, she joined the Royal Ballet School for a year with the promise that when she turned 16, she would join the company, which she did. Then in 2000, she was promoted to first soloist, which is remarkable. And in 2002, she was promoted to principal dancer. So she was just 20 years old when she was promoted to principal dancer. That's how much of a star she was from such a young age. So now looking at her career, I wanted to shine the spotlight on like a particular role that really grabs my attention. And that was so hard to choose, because she's just fantastic in whatever she does. And that's kind of one of the reasons why she's such a celebrated dancer. She is remarkably versatile. She's known for being incredibly consistent with her work. She doesn't have bad shows. She is vibrant and fiery and full of energy, but she also has this very regal, elegant, serene quality. And having been lucky enough to meet her a few times, she is just such a lovely, warm, kind person in real life, and I really think you see that in her dancing. Whenever she interacts with other dancers on stage, it's always with really like natural, warm smiles. The way she interacts with her audience too, she doesn't over project. She obviously fills the stage, but she also invites you in. So she sort of draws the audience in as well as filling a stage. It's a really sort of special quality she has. But I did want to focus on a solo from La Bayadère that she's very well known for. And this is because it highlights her extraordinary ability to hold a balance and suspend a balance after a pirouette, or after multiple turns. So we're going to look at her role as Gamzati, and you'll see here for the first set of turns she has a slight moment of suspense before she goes into the next set, but it's the second set of turns. It's almost like gravity doesn't exist, and this is something she's really known for, and it's very, very difficult to do really, I think she does it the best. Other dancers have tried to learn how to do this, but I do think she was the first to really master this moment of suspense after multiple turns. It has the audience at the edge of their seats. You're not expecting this. Normally gravity will just bring you back down, you know, after you've run out of momentum in your turn, you'll just come back down. But somehow she manages to stay and hold and slows down before she comes down. It's just so beautiful to watch. I think this particular clip, I would say I've watched it somewhere in the hundreds of times. But like I said, with Marianela, it is not just simply her turns that make her a captivating dancer, it is the whole package. She's beautiful in classical pieces, neoclassical, contemporary. She's great in narrative ballets or in slightly more sort of abstract pieces. Everything always looks clean and intentional, and she manages to combine softness with strength, which I think is kind of one of the most extraordinary parts of ballet, this combination of delicate softness and fragility with immense strength and power. And I think overall, when you watch Marianela, you are instantly drawn to her character. Whoever she's playing, you immediately care about her role. You care about every movement. You're with her for the whole journey of the ballet, and you love her from the moment she comes on stage. And it's a real star quality, combining that with the flawless technique and the beautiful artistry and these amazing turns. Everything else we talked about, there's kind of nothing she can't do, really. And that's my opinion, but I do think she is one of the greatest ballerinas of all time. We are very, very lucky that she's still dancing and we can all still go watch her. So if you ever find yourself lucky enough to have the opportunity to go watch Marianela, I would very much encourage you do so. Let me know if you have been to see her or if you're going to watch her. And to finish off, I thought I would include a few fun facts about Marianela. So the first is that she is one of the Royal Ballet's longest serving stars. Last year in 2025, she was awarded an OBE by King Charles. And she lives with two beautiful cats. And if you happen to know their names, let me know in the comments. I'll give you a clue. One of them is named after a very famous male character in probably the world's most famous love story that is also a ballet. I would also love to hear what your favourite role is that she's performed. And as always, please feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.